Okay, so today we're talking about the culture of Oxford High School for our teachers and staff. Thinking about how we can cultivate a culture where we have a clear vision for everyone on the campus, and how we create a community where everyone is kind of working for the same goals, and how we are communicating those, and how we're trying to reach our vision. Okay, so what is your perspective of OHS's campus vision? Here we have the mission, our vision statement, rather. We talk about our vision is to be the leader in all aspects of education from the time a child enters kindergarten until graduation. We want to provide the best instruction, extracurricular activities, facilities, and services, enabling our students to become more productive, successful citizens. So how do you think, from your perspective in your classroom, or wherever you are on this campus, how does, what is your perspective on that vision?
Well, I feel like during our first period, as we are planning, that we are constantly focusing on making sure we're providing the best instruction for students, and analyzing, going through the learning walks and looking at each other and seeing, looking at ourselves and constantly reflecting back on instruction, looking at data and how we can improve that. So, and I've seen that happen even from kindergarten through. So I think as a system, we're definitely working toward the instruction part.
And I noticed that, most of our professional development and the observations that we do and that kind of thing, they don't typically depend on observing like county schools or, even many in-state schools. A lot of our training comes from people outside the state. We of course have like A+ college ready book studies of a text, where that may be statewide with a statewide organization, and we might meet with committees, but it's not uncommon for our school system to send people to other parts of the country for training, north, south, east, west, because to be the leader, it sort of implies we can't really compare ourselves with the people closest to us. We got to compare ourselves with like the elite educators around the country and world.
Right. Okay.
I think we did a good job in our first period meetings, and at least I know in my classroom and some of the classrooms I've observed, making all of that reflection and everything we're doing tie into successful citizenship and responsible citizenship. And it's not just learn this, take this test, it's how does this part of literature or social studies or math or science contribute to make you a successful citizen? How can you use it to be a successful citizen?
Okay.
And I'll add to that as far as, like I've had that mentor teacher this year. Ms. Harmon was my mentor, and going back on like team planning and everything else, on top of that, she's also been so supportive in coming and helping me and observing me in the classroom. And I've probably gained a ton of insight just from one-on-one work with her. So that was really helpful for me this year.
So I think we're pretty much touching on all the, we talked about the instruction, we talked about, the services, and I know from just my perspective, I know extracurriculars, we're always trying to see, trying to bring in the best people we can. I know many of you are involved in extracurriculars as well, whether it's debate or whatever it might be. So we're always trying to not only have those programs, but cultivate those programs into being the best that they can be, and getting as many students involved as we possibly can.
Our facilities are phenomenal, and I don't think we ever say enough about our custodians and how clean they keep them, and just everybody's always impressed with our school whenever they come in. I know that's whenever I got my first tour of the school, whenever I was coming to work here, I was just amazed and couldn't imagine leaving my child in another school system. I had to bring her with me because the facilities that impressed me at that point, because we'll keep running in the building.
Right, and I think that's true. It's got to be in some of the other campuses in our system. That's true pretty much across the board. In every school, the facilities are better than many other school systems that I've been in, so I think that's pretty much true across the board. All right, so how does the campus acknowledge, recognize, and celebrate those who implement strategies in support of the campus vision? How do you think that our school, how do we recognize and kind of celebrate people when they are doing things or when they are, things are going on that are trying to drive us toward our vision?
I think this year especially, they've done a good job, the administration, of giving us like little rewards on that. It's like duty-free lunch or lunch within the connection or little parties where we eat Oreos off our face or just things to kind of give us a little break, cornhole tournaments, things to kind of build relationships and communities with teachers, but also give you a little bit of a break and have a little bit of fun too.
There also, like, we have our CIP, our school-wide CIP meeting on Friday, and one of the things that that we did in our district meeting that we'll also do at that meeting is we're gonna have an opportunity to toot our own horn, to kind of brag on ourselves for something we've been able to achieve this year. But more importantly, we're also going to, I've forgotten the metaphor, but we're also going to kind of brag on other people and kind of cheer them on. And so we're going to actually like write down messages about what we've seen our colleagues successfully do. We're going to put those on the wall and do gallery walks and just observe the successes of other people too. So I think that's another way.
Yeah, that's awesome. Just kind of not only celebrating, but kind of pointing out, how we can reflect and see the good things that everybody's doing.
The schools also use social media for that, like administration or other teachers will take a picture or film something and kind of recognize teachers and students both who kind of support the campus vision.
Teachers, you may release your students.
Okay. How are these contributions and achievements effectively communicated to staff, students, and community? And I think that kind of ties back in a little bit to what you were talking about with kind of using social media. Any thoughts on that outside of using social media?
The email we get from Herman each week,
Kind of the news and notes that we get every week, kind of showing what everybody's doing. So there's a lot going on, so it's kind of hard to, sometimes you see things you didn't even know were happening.
Also, another way is, again, through the CIP process, we'll have in our meeting a couple parents represented for each school in the district. And so those parents become kind of representatives of the parent stakeholders in our system as well. So that's another way.
Okay. How does the campus use innovative thinking, risk-taking, or failures as a learning experience to promote the campus vision? Maybe how do we do things that maybe we're not comfortable with, or how do we kind of reach out and kind of think outside the box in a way to try to use that to promote the campus vision?
I think the level of support we're given, like they're always giving us new ideas to be innovative or to take risks. It's okay to fail if you're doing something new, and just giving that constant support. And if you need help, somebody's there to help you, and they let you do things or try new things or experiment with different types of teaching or projects, or there's just a lot of support.
I've been teaching for a long time and taught at two other school systems, and this has been the system that's encouraged me most to take those risks and do things that are different, and I don't have to feel like they're going to get on to me or that I'm going to be in some kind of trouble because it's not going well. They actually applaud that and want you to do things that are different and new, and to go out and see what other teachers are doing successfully and try something new for the students. So I really appreciate that atmosphere of not having to worry so much about failing whenever you're kind of taking on the team and trying to do that.
I'm going to piggyback off of that. We when I was getting my degree before ever visiting here, this vision and this style that we have known. So it kind of, it just, I mean, it gets out to everybody, and being able to be a part of that and collaborate like we do, and collaborate with different departments and have all these people come observe us and being able to take those risks and be like, this worked, maybe try this next time, and just kind of getting the freedom to like what Michelle said, experiment.
Right.
You get good feedback on what you've done.
And I think once somebody is doing something that's kind of, you know, they've been successful and it's innovative, they always try to make sure that they recognize that, and not only recognize it, but kind of get other teachers to come and see what's going on in those classrooms.
Well, and on that note, you know, they'll select, you know, teacher leaders at different points. You know, it's been any number of us to be able to, if they see that we're capable of leading a group of people in some area that we failed at, but eventually overcome. They've kind of used us in training and that kind of thing, and that can feel kind of rewarding. Not to mention, they're just about every morning whenever we have PD, I always feel like it's almost for my benefit. Like people are in different places, you know. Like every day we have PD, and it's like you might be in a different place, and that's always me, like always in the back, bringing up the tail end. But I think they recognize the fact that you know, I'm a little bit slower in the process of building something up, and other people are faster. There's always that recognition of risk taking and failure there too.
All right, what processes are used in improving morale, which moves the campus towards the realization of the campus vision? How do you think things are being done to improve morale, to kind of make sure that everybody keeps moving toward that campus vision, even when maybe things aren't going right, or maybe they are going as planned, I might say?
You guys, I think that on that one, I mean, there's always, in every school district, there's going to be times when morale gets down, we just get stressed out because of what our job is. But I think that we do a pretty good job of meetings behind meetings behind meetings behind meetings. So like if there's a whole group meeting where morale needs to be positive, then you're going to have about 10 splinter groups. And in those 10 splinter groups, there will be some instructional partners who've already met behind the scenes to say, we need to get them pumped up, here's how. And then so it's like all these little splinter groups that initially started somewhere where, you know, instructional coordinator, whoever is in charge of that, basically says, hey, we got the pulse of the people and we know that they're getting down, but we need you guys to kind of be leading the way and trying to get this thing pumped up to where it needs to be.
Absolutely.
Is it crazy that the first thing I thought was cornhole? The English department got to celebrate with cornhole, and that was probably the cheeriest that I've seen the group as a whole be. But that, I just noticed it. But that, just a little thing like that, it was first period, our students started coming in at the end and saying, this is what y'all doing in first period, and just them seeing us having fun and having that friendly competition. It kind of set the tone for that whole day, and it came at a time when we were all just kind of overwhelmed, and it was very, very relaxing and rewarding for us to have just that moment of them realizing that they need a break, and so that was a really good day.
What was the first period where we had the cookies? Because that's what I thought of. Because I remember it being at a very, again, like stressful, morale was low time, and it was just this celebration, and it was just
Win it games.
yes, and we had snacks and games, and it was nice. It kind of, at least for me, helped like reset and realize, kind of refocus myself.
Yeah. Just, again, trying to refocus and work toward that vision. Okay. Well, I appreciate your thoughts today.